So my hot take is doing a theater with architectural speakers can sound great, but not if every single one of the speakers is in the ceiling. So when you put all of the speakers in the ceiling to do surround sound, you lose out on the localization of voices and the sound stage that can come when you have a couple of speakers up front in the room. Those can still be architectural, they can be built into the wall, they can be behind a screen, but the front three speakers and then arguably sides and surrounds should all be in a level closer to where your ear is on side walls in the front wall.
Now this isn't going to blow minds of people in the industry. Everybody in the industry is going to be like, pfft, of course. Unfortunately for the consumer that's outside of our industry, it's a common practice. Or the builder that's not in our industry at all that wants to be, it's a common practice. And so the hot take is very real, very simple. Go to your local theater. See all those speakers that are in the ceiling. Oh wait, there's none. They're all on the side walls in the front behind the screen. You'd rather, you should hot take the hot take? You'd rather sell in ceiling than a soundbar?
In-ceiling LCR with UniQ works fucking wonderfully. Really does.
But if you were to compare it to, if you take 3 in ceilings on the front in front of a screen versus, again, your theater, why didn't you just put 3 of these in the ceiling instead of what you put in there?
My preference would, that's a big room, big screen.
But is there a world if you took the same level of product and put it in the wall versus in the ceiling? You think you'd sound the same?
What if?
No way.
All right, I am now going to change into my new self.
Artisan of Technology here. How are you guys doing today?
Oh, so good. Welcome back, John.
Oh, thank you.
You look a little different.
I feel a little bit
You
different.
look faster, stronger, tattier,
Definitely stronger.
less hair.
A lot less hair.
Now we're going to talk about wireless speakers, but we do have a special guest. We have the artisan himself, Shane Orndorff.
Thank you.
Want to give a quick intro and give a little backstory? I'm sure a lot of people know who you are, but
Wow.
give them a little something. Give them a little juice.
Shane Orndorff here, Architechne, Artisan of Technology. You guys have seen my reels. Hi, YouTube. I'm excited to be here. Excited to talk about KEF speakers, talk about wireless technology, and to be with the original janitor and CFO and owner.
Before we get into the other chips, let's talk about wireless speaker technologies. I know both of you are big fans of them. I am as well. And there are so many different applications for them. Again, to kick it all off, we're going to talk about the role of the UniQ, and then how to select the right wireless speaker system, because I know people out there automatically think, oh, Kronos, and I say Noos, and then we'll go into a little hot take with Shane, and I think we'll move on to the next topic after that. How does that sound? All right, so the role of the UniQ in LSX, LSX2, LS50 wireless 2s with the Meta technology, one of my favorites, and LS60s. Did I miss anything, Ben?
In terms of the app, no. Apparently we've done really good training this last day.
You've done a fantastic job. And we've sold a few. We happen to sell a few.
Oh, fantastic. That's always useful. So the role of UniQ in the active speakers is exactly the same as in the architectural and the passive speakers, funnily enough. Again, the same thing. Very natural sound, great big wide spread of sound. Now, the active products have been one of our biggest growing categories. Active speakers have been done before. I think with our current active range, what we've managed to do, which hasn't been done before, and still hasn't really been matched by anybody else, is taking ease of use plus the performance and marrying those two together. They are very much high performance systems that's taking how you want to access your music or how you already access your music, and to paraphrase, this is Spinal Tap, take that experience up to 11.
I think a perfect example of that too, and this has become a popular product for us, depending on the size of the room or the size of your workout facility at home, everybody's got a Peloton, and we love to send that audio to either a pair of LSXs 2s or LS52s.
We have a great range of products here. We've got the LSX2 LT, which came out very, very recently. So very much computer slash streaming slash TV soundbar replacement speaker.
What's funny, so people will register that when you say like computer speakers as comparing it to like a pair of $50 Logitech computer speakers. And it's nothing like that.
Oh,
you get
God,
a
no.
full range, beautiful sound like I've never heard from a speaker that size.
I think something that's incredible too is the fact that the UniQ technology and the performance from all of the speaker lines is brought together into the 4 different levels of wireless options that KEF brings, and that's something very unique to a wireless speaker, and that you're going to get that incredible experience wirelessly.
Yeah. Well, and the products are extremely simple. And for those of you out there that don't know anything about these products, the LSXs to the 50s to the 60s are just bigger, stronger, more of an all-in-one system where you don't need a bunch of components and cables and complexity or anything like that. It's all in one. Hook them up to your TV, hook it up to a turntable, hook it up to your app, stream your music, do it all in one device. And they're compact, beautiful, and their performance is best in class. And so if you don't know a lot about these products, give us a ring. Or of course, you can pop over to KEF's website as well, which we'll have at the description below. Shane, deliver the goods. What's your hot take today, brother?
All right, YouTube, my hot take is in selecting your wireless audio solution, don't start with the company that created an app first. Start with the company that created an audio solution first.
This could be blowing my mind, but can you go into more detail? Are you talking about Kronos?
I'm talking about something that might end with an OS. So one of the reasons why you would want to go with an audio company when it comes to the performance on your wireless speaker is because the research and development has been done, the engineering has been done to give you that performance first and bring you closer to your favorite musician, your favorite piece of music.
Because this episode's exceptionally long, we're going to do a quick break to an exclusive KEF-only product. See you soon.
Hi, I'm Johan from KEF. I'm standing here in our headquarters at Maidstone, and I love running around here, especially around the R&D department. And I managed to catch hold of Dr. Jack Ockley-Brown, our head of acoustics, and he's working on something which is yet to be released, but what exactly is it you're working on?
Yep, that's right, Johan. We've been working on quite an exciting new thing for KEF. It's called the KEF Hydro Blaster. Now, do you use wireless streaming?
Of course I do.
Right, great. So one of the problems with that is that moisture in the air absorbs the RF signal. This is a product
Really?
that dries out the air and gives you better signal transmission, so you get a better quality audio.
You're kidding.
I'm not kidding.
Really?
It works. Do you want to hear it?
Absolutely. Demo away.
Okay, Johan, I've set up the X300A wireless speakers here. I know you've got these at home.
I
so
have.
You're pretty familiar with them.
Very familiar. I use them all the time.
Okay, well, we're going to have a listen first without the Hydro Blaster.
Okay.
So let's give that a go.
All right.
Okay, you got an idea of where we are?
Yep.
Right, now I'll treat the room with the Hydro Blaster, get rid of the moisture, and that'll improve the signal transmission.
All right.
So here we go. Okay, I've treated the room. So let's give it a go on the same piece of music and see what you think. So off we go.
Sure.
Astonishing. Unbelievable, isn't it? What do you think?
You got to be kidding me.
I'm not kidding
How
you.
the hell does it work?
Well, the water molecules in the air absorb RF. So if you get rid of them, you get a cleaner transmission path.
I've never heard of anything like it.
This is real. KEF Hydro Blaster. It'll be on the shelves soon.
Welcome back. Say up. Lays. Now, I don't know if you know the whole system that's going on here, but we of course have a rating, a tiered system, if you will. Take the chip, analyze the chip, eat said chip, grade the chip, grab the chip.
All right.
And this is the class.
Usually I put 4 or 5 of them in my mouth at once,
This
but
is a
today
delicacy
I'll
today.
have one chip.
This is, that's a better looking chip.
It is a better looking chip.
We all got some, wow.
I saw Ben smell it, so
I got a little skin on mine, I think. Or it's burnt or something.
actually doesn't smell like it.
Oh, it
Bad-
smells
bad
just
QA.
like salt. That's so
Yep.
good. That's so good. Well, let's go the other direction since you went first last time. We'll go down here. Himalayan. Idaho.
Some hints of canola.
Sure are. Sure are, Shane. This brings me back. Yep, cholesterol. We're 0 milligram. Okay, saturated fat. Get ready. So here we are. I give this a solid 7.5. Shane?
Honestly, it's a pretty good potato chip. I'd give it an 8.
I would give it a 10. I would. But, can I see the packet for a second?
Let's be sure.
So, back in Blighty, back in the motherland, these are called walkers. So called walkers, so automatically docking a point for use of the wrong brand name. And instead of classic and yellow, we call this flavor ready salted. But yeah, 8 out of 10.
Walkers.
Oh, you brought it down 2.
You heard it first
8 out
here.
of 10. And you were
Walkers.
8. You were 8 out of 10. I was a 7.5. So this is a solid chip.
Yeah.
You can keep that as a souvenir.
Oh, thank you. I
You
mean,
could actually, he might have a second one.
Theater speakers. Of course, this one's near and dear to every integrator AV connoisseur's heart. But we're going to discuss a few things. The first one, the role of the Unicube. Surprise, surprise.
Oh God! I mean, I think the role of Unicube for theatre is the same as the role of Unicube for wireless speakers, same as architectural, and same as passive.
So we'll dig into that. We'll hit the role of subwoofers in a theater and all the different options that are there. We'll hit myself with a hot take of some sort. I'm sure I've got something for you guys. And let's get back to the Unicube.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add to
Yeah.
it?
Oh,
in the world of theater?
100%.
I got one thing for sure. If you don't.
As I said in my hot take, there is no such thing as a music or a movie subwoofer. There is also no such thing as a movie or music speaker. You have a loudspeaker. The job of a speaker is to convert voltage into sound waves. Right? Again, you either do that accurately or you don't. So none of the KEF speaker products, whether it's architectural or passive box products, are specified for movie or music. You just choose which one suits the situation the best.
Well, and the piece, and I'm glad you said that too, because there's a lot of marketing stuff out there that says otherwise, and we don't want you to fall victim to that garbage. So the other component of it for me with the Unicue is because of the 160-degree dispersion, which we, at one point that was about 6,000,000%. We'll pull that out because nobody else cares about that joke. But the 160-degree dispersion of the Unicue driver allows Atmos to be at its best.
Well, it allows every speaker to work its best.
Yes.
Yeah,
but let me dive into that a little bit. So because I want to make sure, because right now all theaters should be Atmos at this stage going
100%.
forward, and on top of that, because of the wide dispersion characteristics of the Unicue, it allows the objects to move freer around the room when they're doing the design of the audio. So when the acoustical engineers and they're designing the next big audio movie, it's not speaker based, it's object based. And if you want to move it around the room fluidly, the speaker has to be able to hand off from one speaker to the next, to the next, to the next. And if it can't do that because it's got such narrow dispersion, you have gaps. And now the 3D object's not created any longer. And Unicue delivers that better than any other speaker that I've ever heard. And so I think it's a phenomenal product for that.
At best, you're only going to be getting one person in the room with typical, because getting the Atmos experience,
Yep.
right, or the full fat Atmos experience.
And I think that's fair.
Yeah, with UniQ, because of that spread, everybody gets that full fat.
And
Atmos
we're about
experience.
parties, friends, and fun.
Yeah.
Not about the one person sitting there by themselves with a bag of Lay's.
Yeah, I mean, there should never be just one king or queen seat.
Right.
Every single seat should be
I think
at absolute best.
I think too this is so ingrained in folks and clients that have had a theater in their home. I've had customers ask me, well, which seat are we going to make the best seat? And I think it shows that this is such an innovative product because you have an incredible experience no matter where you're sitting in your theater, which I think really brings back that experience into the home, brings families together to watch movies.
The role of subwoofers in theater design.
Big bada boom. That's the role of subwoofers. The role of subwoofers is to underpin
Is the fifth element.
everything. Yeah, love fifth element. The role of subwoofer is to underpin everything.
Okay.
Okay? Ideally, every single channel should be full range. Ideally, right? Not always going to happen. Can be quite expensive to do. Subwoofers help to underpin, help to kind of extend what your main channels are doing, which again ties back to what I was saying earlier about the need for accuracy, because rather than just the LFE channel, which is also the second role of subwoofers, you want to be able to take what those main speakers are doing and add that same character of what those speakers are doing into those lower frequencies using the subs. Now, LFE, own channel, hugely important as well, especially big explosions. It's sort of like never enough. You've got that kettle drum or timpani being played. A Quiet Place Part 2, where it switches to the daughter's sort of a sonic perspective, and you've got that underlying
That
bass.
uneasy feeling.
Oh,
you
yeah.
can feel it. You can feel the pressure in the room.
And you're not, you can hear it, but you are feeling it more, but you're still feeling that it's resolving, that it's still detailed.
Yes.
You're hearing her heartbeat coming through it as
Yep.
well. And it's actually putting your body into a sense of anxiety, which is really cool. And so the role of subs, underpinning the mains, but also putting you into an emotional space through the LFE channel. For me, that is the two main parts of a subwoofer in a theater system.
I think the other thing too that we've seen in our industry is so many subwoofers and systems that aren't calibrated and tuned properly for the room, that there's this perception of boominess while you should have that bass. It really is meant to blend, like you said, tie together those high frequencies all the way down to the low frequencies. And I think a lot of viewers miss out on those lower frequencies that the director has fully intended for them to hear because of the improperly tuned subwoofer and properly installed subwoofer.
Yeah, I mean, when we hear things, do we hear it as high frequencies, mid frequencies, and low frequencies, or do we hear, again, sonic events? Sonic events aren't banded out, right?
Right.
They are complete.
Cohesive.
They are cohesive, complex. Sound is extremely complex. Everything needs to work together. Every single part of the system should be supporting every other part of the system, because that is by definition what a system is.
Yeah.
Right. Hot take, here it comes. Coming at you live. No, it's not. It's a past event. We've already talked about this, but here's my hot take. Please do not call your system at home a home theater if it's a 65-inch TV with a sound bar that you picked up from Menards. Because it's not. It's technology. I respect you. I respect it. But it's not a home theater. We can help you design that. A home theater is made up of many components and many pieces of a system that bring you in to whatever it is that you're watching, playing, or listening to at a completely different level that can ever be delivered from a $30 soundbar. All right, before we cover the summary here and get this thing wrapped up, that was quick. We're going into what some may say could be the most hated snack in America today. The Frito.
Even the bag looks distasteful.
The bag looks dumb.
Yeah, the bag looks like a back of a station wagon, the back seat of a station wagon.
I mean, they smell all right. You know, you guys can get in there. Just take one. The shape is a little odd.
It's just a bunch of shards in there.
It's like leftover pieces from another manufacturer, and then they sell them to Frito. And then, oh, you got a small one.
I did get a small one. I think this is probably safest though.
Is that a fingernail?
Is it? This.
It could be.
I have never even
Deep fried fingernail?
I've never touched a Frito.
It's a corn-based product. Yeah, none of it's good. But it could be. 'Cause
Why?
You've never
Why?
had it.
Why?
I think we need to have Ben go first.
Just why?
That's like, what about pork rinds? Why those?
I think
Don't you ever question. They are a wonderful salty snack to go with a beer.
Then this will be just fine. This is like
Yep.
beer nuts at
this
that
is
level.
not going to be that, just so you know.
It's like that, but made out of
Yep.
corn.
Yep.
It's not that bad, is it?
Did you swallow
Really?
straight? I don't know.
Just get all the texture.
I can hear the whole thing going.
Yeah.
You know how you can go off people? Thank you, all of you, for allowing me to do this and letting it happen. This is awful.
Is it worse than your
At
first?
least with the Doritos, I kind of knew what I was going into because I've had Doritos before, just not this weird ranch thing.
What's happening right now?
This is like nothing good.
It's dryness.
It is.
Dryness is happening.
It is the Sahara in a chip.
Yep. Yep. If the Sahara Desert was full of cornfields.
Which by definition is a desert. It definitely isn't.
It's really going to be low on the scale, to be honest.
What are you going to put it at?
I'm going to give it a solid 3.
Ben?
It's getting like a 0.5.
We're into decibels at this point.
I'm going to have to give it a 2. And I'm really surprised you must be hungry. It's almost lunchtime.
Yeah.
That's why you gave it a 3.
3 was a stretch. Most of it is actually in my molar. It never really went down my throat.
We're done with the chip coverage. You have all the ratings. You know where we stand on those. If there's some chips that we should try in the future that are very uncommon, let us know. And we will do so in another episode. But let's get this thing wrapped up. So, in summary, we covered a few things. One, the KEF difference, which I think we landed perfectly. We landed that one nice. Architectural speakers, and again, why and how and where, and all the things that KEF does so well with architectural speakers. All their active speaker products, the wireless industry is best in class. Again, these are the ones that are, hey, I'm going to buy something quick and easy, put it in. I just need to have somebody deliver it to me. All of their products, from the LSXs, LS50 wireless 2s, and of course the LS60s. And then theater design. Some of the best theaters I've ever heard in my entire life were KEF speakers. And there's no question about it. We had a chance to listen to a $500,000 reference KEF theater here. And by the way, our clients are invited here. If you're designing a speaker or a system at a specific level, a theater at a specific level, you're invited to the music lounge with KEF out in Jersey. And so I would say that, you know, we got a lot accomplished today. Yeah. But and there's one other thing I want to talk about, but you have the stage 100% to your own to talk about whatever you want, KEF related, Ben related, Fritos related. It's all yours right now. And I've got one last thing to talk about when you're completed.
Half-hour tirade on why Fritos are a slight against humanity. I think what I'd really like to plug is I dealt with these products, so I'm going to do it. It's our subs. 100% our subs. I love our subs so much. The Cube MIEs, the KC92s, and say just today we've actually just set up 2 triple stacks of our KC92 subwoofers, which I'm really looking forward to play.
Ben's done. Shane, what do you got for us, brother?
I think once again, even when you talk about the subwoofers, this concept of the natural approach to the sound and creating this sonic experience, this moment in time, is something that you can expect from KEF. It's something that our clients have experienced, we personally have experienced, and I think this space, the Music Lounge, appropriately showcases this experience that you can have in your home.
That's fantastic. Please, as I've already said, subscribe, follow, like, bell, comment. See you next time.